Welcome back everybody to Forza Horizon 5, and today we're going to be racing the Audi RS e-tron GT in A-Class. So yeah, we've driven the Xpeng P7 in A-Class before. Really rather enjoy driving that car, but there's no doubt that this is the better car of the two. Handling and braking is better, as you can see, 6 to 5.6 and 6.4 to 6.1. Acceleration is better as well, 8.7 to 7.6, and the launch is better as well at 8.4 on the Xpeng to 9.8. This is a little bit heavier at 4948, but you know, it's only about £900 more, but you've got 107 extra horsepower, you've got a lot more in the way of torque as well. So yeah, it is overall the better car, and it's also got a really rather low centre of gravity. That Xpeng feels a bit of a tall car in a lot of ways. Not quite sure why, but it does feel like a much taller car in a lot of ways. So yeah, let's see what this Audi can do. I'm having real fun driving it. No, it's not like, you know, peak performance car for this class or anything like that, and it's certainly not in some ways in the next class up. So yeah, not overly competitive, but then again, I've never been an overly competitive person, and at the end of the day I do like driving the underdog vehicle. So yeah, let's see what we can do against this lot. Yeah, this definitely has a better launch than the Xpeng, purely because of the gearing. It has 2 gears rather than the Xpeng 1. So yeah, it's able to get off the launch a lot better. Granted, it does mean you have 1 gear change to deal with, but the launch is far superior, and therefore so is the acceleration. Definitely tell that the handling is better as well, even though the stat isn't a massive margin in between them. 0.4 increase on this over the Xpeng. It's a noticeable difference. It's a lot less understeering. Yeah, a lot more composed as well where it's necessary. See, that extra horsepower does help. Yeah, you've got to deal with £900 extra, but at the end of the day, anything that has 107 horsepower and only weighs £900 is going to be pretty quick, so you've got to look at it like that, really. And also being an electric car, that power and torque is pretty instantaneous, so... well, I feel. 4th. Well, it says 5th, but we haven't got past the checkpoint yet, so we're going to register. Go. Oh, just got by that checkpoint. Yeah, that's a tricky corner for this car. Oh, now we're back into 5th. Oh well. Still pretty good considering the kind of vehicles that we're up against that have been way more modified than we have, because at the end of the day we only had about 20-ish, 30-ish PI to play with. So yeah, a little bit lighter, the tyres are wider, but that's mostly all that's been done on this, to be honest. So obviously this did weigh in excess of £5,100 stock, so we are less than that now, but yeah, I think the brakes might have been done as well. But regardless, decent place. And yeah, as I've always said, underdog cars mean that, you know, when you do win or you do come in a good place, it means that you've been surprised and you've really worked to get to that position. So yeah, I have no issue being in an underdog car. I do just wish though that we had D-Class and C-Class to race in on this game, because obviously the lowest class you can race in is B-Class. I really would enjoy D and C-Class, to be honest. I really did on the likes of Forza Motorsport 4, I think it was. That was real fun to drive in those classes of vehicles, because you had a really wide variety of cars to choose from. And also have a wide variety of cars in this game to choose from in those classes as well. Obviously you can upgrade those cars to get into B-Class or A-Class, but slow cars can be fun to race. And yeah, even though this is not a slow car, it's, like I said, by no means highly competitive. Although you could probably make it even more competitive than I've made it, but you know, I don't really go in for big wings and spoilers that are added on. Oh yeah, I have lowered it as well, which made a big difference in terms of the handling. Which I think I did on the Xpeng as well, but that also has standard high ride height and I think a high roof line as well than this car, so it's definitely a far more vehicle that has a far more depth to it in terms of the shape of the body. Yeah, no doubt that that car is still fun to drive in its own right, and it's definitely lighter than this, and the fact it's only got one gear means that it's pretty relentless in terms of its acceleration. But the one gear change you have to make in this doesn't really impact this overall, to be honest. And there's no getting away from the fact that this gets to 60 in under 3 seconds, whereas the Xpeng is doing it in about 4.1, so definitely quicker in terms of pure acceleration. That gap shrinks a fair bit to 100, but definitely when it comes to 60 and getting off the line, this is the superior car. We're getting out-handled by an electric car there. You're terminating me with your siren, boy. Oh, well done. What was the fucking point in that? Swear to God, some people are just trolls on this game. Sorry for swearing there, but it really does do my nutting when people act like that. Ruin it for everyone else, because they can't handle being overtaken by a car they see as lesser than themselves. That's where EVs get the most hate on this game. I've had far more issues with driving electric cars in these games than any other car, because a while ago I raced in B-Class a hell of a lot. The likes of the Oldsmobile Tornado, Jaguar XES and stuff like that. Never had any real troubles at all with anyone in those cars, but with this for some reason, and the Xpeng and I think it was the Taycan in the higher class, yeah, a lot of people just seem to take issues with these cars. No idea why, but it's just annoying and pointless at the end of the day. We'll be marking down whoever was in that Camaro. We'll send them a strongly worded message. Well, I guess it's forever fifth. Well, this race hasn't really shown off the abilities of this car, I guess. Might well try a road race series, or at least 1 or 2 races in that, depending on what position the lobby's in. Because very often, more than not, you join a lobby and they're already in a race or they're partway through a championship, so yeah, but we'll see what this can do on a road race maybe after this next street race. But yeah, who was it? Davira, yeah, you're an almighty moron. So basically we're competing for the bottom position with the Nissan GTR from 2002 in M8, which is a pretty good car. Is only 1 point ahead, so might well gain some places in this next race if we can do better than 6th or 5th. So, but yeah, sick of people not being driving properly. I'm not the best driver in the world or anything like that. I've made mistakes. I might have accidentally knocked someone off or slowed someone down unintentionally or anything like that, but I don't intentionally try and make someone's race worse or experience, you know, not good. I try my best to be as clean as possible, but some people just don't bother. And it's just the most annoying thing going. You don't have to be the best driver in the world to be a simple bit of courtesy. And this catering won't have much in the way of top speed, but it will have the handling. Why did it make... Catering goes through it, but I'm not allowed through it. Work that one out. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm definitely not the best driver. Yeah, you can definitely make this in terms of the final drive ratio on this go a lot quicker than it actually has done here. I've set mine up to have a top speed of 185, but you can get it going more than 200 if you wish. But that naturally slows it down in terms of acceleration in some areas, so it's all about compromise. Trees. Oh well. But yeah, still a fun car to drive, no doubt about that. It's just not got that competitive edge, and if you put it into the next class, then you know you're competing with hypercars and the likes of that, so it can be even a little bit more tricky to deal with. But yeah, I still enjoy driving it, and I have had successes with it. I have won some races, I've won a championship, so you know, it's just all about finding the right thing to really win at. And at the end of the day, not every car is going to be successful on every track or course, so again, this is the way it is. Yeah, let's see if we can find a road race. Not sure how long this will take, so we'll see. usually gets us into a lobby quickly, but we're not in the middle of a race or not, we'll have to see. Let's find out if they're in a race or not. They were in a race, so now we get to go on a free races for this road class. So yeah, just look at more of the stats. So yeah, it's still got the 637 horsepower, 612 pound-feet of torque. I said in terms of how much more torque the Audi has. It's only got 9 pound-feet more. I misremembered the number, but still, it's got 107 extra horsepower, which is still a hefty amount. It's 50-50 bang-on weight distribution, which isn't the case for the Xpeng. So yeah, it's on the whole better, although you can definitely make the case for the Xpeng having the better mid-range clout, because like I said, you don't have a gear to change in and out of. It's just the one singular gear. So yeah, if you drop speed or anything like that, you're not having to change down or up or anything like that. But off the line handling, initial acceleration to 60, top speed and braking are all definitely better on this Audi. I just wish we had more lower class electric cars, quite frankly, because you know, there's the Volkswagen ID3 that is out there. I'd love to have the ID Buzz on this game. I know it's probably not particularly quick, but it looks fantastic and it would go well with the original camper van from the 60s. And then you got the Seat Born, that'd be nice, that's an electric hot hatchback. And the Skoda Enyaq, I'd like one of those. Basically, there's a whole host of electric cars out there, but we seem to be mainly focused on the sportier side, which, considering it's this kind of game, isn't wholly surprising, but you know, we have plenty of non-sporty cars on this game already, so that are combustion engine, so I don't see why that can't be the case for electric cars. Two types of Audis, the past and the future. We lose someone connection wise or something. Oopsie. There's me looking behind me and not looking in front. One good thing about electric cars is they seem to hold their speed around corners better. You know, that power's always there. So it's pretty much able to hold its revs and whatever really rather nicely. Okay then, you do that, I guess. It's a driving line you want to take. Two can play that game, matey. So yeah, the RS7 Sportback, I think that guy was in first. Yeah, definitely a properly quick car, that, there's no denying that. Does have the same kind of power as we do, but obviously it's lighter, so that helps. And at the end of the day, it's still got all-wheel drive, still got plenty of poke going for it, so it's no surprise that was pretty good around there. You know, 1-2 for Audi, so it's all good in that regard. Right, let's see if we can do any better in this point-to-point race. And then it'll be a lap race after that, and then we'll finish this episode off. Come on. It takes a while to load, unfortunately. Begin. No doubt that we look pretty much the best car here though. Do really like it in white. Probably one of the few Audis, if the only Audi that I do like in white, to be honest. Usually they look better in blue or silver or black. Only on occasion red, but rarely ever white. Got a really nice black accent in at the front, and the black parts on the wheels look really cool. With the white, white helps those stand out even better, which I rather like. Like I said in my review, the only issue with this car I have in terms of its practicality is the fact it doesn't have the hatch of the RS7, which, considering it's got the same kind of sloping rear roof, is a bit of a surprise. Would have thought, considering, you know, electric cars typically have really rather large boots because all the gubbins and whatever else are really rather low down and mostly to the centre, that you would have been able to take advantage of the bigger boot with, and also rather practical hatch, but fortunately Audi haven't done that. And everything else, I have no real complaints with. Obviously it's a huge car in terms of weight, but that can't be helped with electric cars. So the amount of batteries they need to have, they usually have at least 2 motors, so it's bound to increase the weight. See what we can do. Albeit settled over the bumps there. What the hell happened to that? He got really unlucky with the street furniture there. It's pretty dramatic though. It's the most dramatic I've seen from any car on this, playing these online games. Yeah, you're doing that because more grunt out of the lines than you do. Bouncy. too deep there and going wide, unfortunately. Speed. Well, it's another podium position at least. Can't complain too much about that, I guess. Still everything to play for though for second place, given the other two are only 6 behind. So haven't got the second place win overall yet. Right, this will be another lapped race. Should be 3 laps, like the first one was. Let's see what we can do. No guarantees with these races. But yeah, it's a solid car. Really recommend trying to get it. You only have to get 80 points in the festival playlist overall. It's easily done. And yeah, it does make me hopeful that there will be more electric cars to come. I just hope that the lower class cars like this and the Xpeng more than the hypercars and the supercars that we've had already. Because, you know, the Audi and the Xpeng are a bit of the middle ground, like the Porsche Taycan, but we have no lower ground. We have none of the more, you know, ordinary kind of cars, the cheaper kind of cars. So either the middle ground or the high ground. So hopefully we'll get some of the more lower class electric cars to fill that gap in and have a bit more of a wide variety. I love the likes of the Honda E as well, or is it the Kia Sonic 5 or something like that? I can't remember all of these names to be honest, but or it might be a Hyundai. Either way, there are plenty to choose from, and there's no excuses for not having some of the lesser kind of cars out there. Hell, I'd even like a mini electric or you know, one of the Peugeot electric cars or something like that. Right, yeah, 3 laps, I think. But way more competition as well to deal with. Why people feel they need to be in a car on these races that they can't control. really enjoying driving that, or are you just driving it because it's quick in a straight line? More fun race than the previous two. You get people slamming into the back here. See. Does love to drift this thing, which I can appreciate. Way more agile than you'd ever expect a £5,000 car to be, though. Audi have really done their... well, Audi and Porsche I should say, because obviously shares the same platform with the Taycan. Audi and Porsche have really done wonders on making this as crisp and, you know, easy to drive as possible, given the amount of power and weight that is dealing with these kind of cars, which obviously means a lot of momentum to slow down and keep under control. Oh well, 5th place. It's a fun race at least though, so, you know, I'm not too fussed. Should still hold on to 2nd, hopefully. Or maybe not. The truth. Dun. Yes, we do. Ooh, that's close. Only 4 points in it between us and the Daytona, though. What a 1-2 finish for the Audi, with that RS7 being driven really rather well, getting the full 60 points. So, yeah. But nonetheless, thanks for watching. Hope I've convinced you that this Audi is a fun car to drive, even if it's not too competitive. But yeah, nonetheless, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.